Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Tuesday, the 31st of December, 2019 at 9:20 a.m. For whatever reason, I was under the impression today was more or less a half day of trading, and as it turns out, many markets will go to their full trading hours. Maybe some of the pit traded that are on the floor are going to do that. I know I saw a sign about that. Could be the options and some of the pit traded. But in any case, you're getting a little more of a correction in the stock market. This is to be expected. This is that year-end trading, and if you're trying to make heads and tails of it, I wish you the best. Some people are selling off stocks that didn't perform for them. I will be on today, probably, I recorded it for yesterday. If you go to Tic-Toc from Bloomberg and the CME, I talk about the January effect, and I gave the history of it because it's really an effect that I think it's Wachtell found in 1942 that went back to 1925. The problem with it is tax laws have changed. The problem with it is how indexing now goes on in those tax laws, and I don't know that the January effect is all that important. We'll find out. What I do think is good for 2020, and I'll use this moment for that, is getting a U.S.-Chinese trade deal signed. Now, yesterday there were media reports that Vice Premier Liu was flying in now to sign it. Well, I just heard on a tweet from President Trump, January 15th is the scheduled date for it. So that's, why would he come in now? So mixed things. Robert Navarro today came out and said the deal is done, it's baked. The question is, in a Chinese translation, is it 86 pages or is it a little more, a little less? He said, but the terms are there. Even intellectual property to a degree is addressed. Well, that should mean good news for world trade. And the key is world trade. Will the U.S. do as good as some of the emerging markets? We're seeing a bit of pressure coming in on the energy markets. They've been into a resistance zone. I showed you that yesterday afternoon in my end of the day financial wrap. Where I am amazed is they keep driving U.S. interest rates higher. Remember, the lower that the futures go, the higher rates are going here. I think now that we realize that the signing of the date with China's January 15th, not this week, you took a little bit of the air out of the soybean market and the cotton market. They were hoping for something quicker than that. In the foreign currency market, the powerhouse has been today the British pound getting a solid rally. There's talk that Mr. Navarro, one of the first things on the agenda for the U.S. is doing a deal with the U.K., a trade deal, now that they're breaking away from the European Union. Of course, he wants to do a deal with Europe, but that leads to what? More threats of one type or the other, in my opinion. Dollar index down a little bit, gold continuing a strong rally into year end. Now, the news today, the Conference Board, U.S. Consumer Confidence, Present Situation, and Expectations came out. Good number, 126.5. The market expected 129.4, so not as good as the expectation, but good versus the prior month. Then we get into the present situation, 170 versus last month's 166.9, and the expectations close to what last month was, down a fraction. Weekly Red Book numbers down 2.8 for the first 4 weeks of December. Well, that's interesting because they're saying that sales for the Christmas holiday were overall up. Retail sales were up 5.9 for the first 4 weeks of December 19 versus last year. That accounts for part of that, I guess. Weekly U.S. sales were up 7.8% for the week ending December 28th versus a year ago week. So a strong Christmas. That's how you look at it. ICSC weekly sales up 0.9 from the previous week, 4.4% from the year ago week. Case-Shiller came out, and what we're seeing, and if you look at the numbers, they're basically pluses. So we are seeing home sales pick up. It breaks it down into both the 20 and the 10 cities, and the numbers overall are good. And as I just said, President Trump has said he will sign the first phase of the trade deal with China on January 15th. So that's good news. And he added that he will travel to China at a later date to begin the second phase of trade talks. Not sure what that means at all. You'll get to the first phase, then a goodwill trip. Remember, if they're coming here to sign, he will reciprocate in some manner and be going to them to do some signing. But as you can see, trying to make heads or tails right now out of the last trading day of the year, I'll let you do that. You probably can do a better job than me. What I can tell you and probably do a better job than you at is putting together a trading kit for those of you that are looking to try our charting software out, try our research out, want to learn more about the market, the trading rules that I've put together, chart patterns that I think are important that you learn, money management techniques. We've put it all in here, and then we teamed up with the CME group because we use their website, not ours, to bring you all the new brochures they bring out, the little quizzes they put together, new products that they bring out. It's all here, and it all looks this way. A lot of this, by the way, you just open up on your internet, it will do it. We give you a link, everything just opens for you. You can print things out. Cause and effect, real important, because as we talk about money supply and the speed that it moves through an economy, that comes into play. You know that I did a pivot point series. This is in here. The Arun indicator is in this as well. I mean, it's really got a lot of information for traders. And as I said, the quizzes, the brochures from the CME group, they'll look like this. They'll explain all the different parts. There's whether you buy or sell under certain conditions. Training. Not as good as my charting course, but training. How do you get access to it? And it is free. Simply go to our website. Under free offers on the bottom right, click the trading kit. You can call my staff. They'll get it out to you instantly, or you can click right up here. It'll take you to that page as well to sign up for everything. I'm Ira Epstein. I wish one and all a very, very merry, happy New Year. Obviously, it's Merry Christmas. It's still the end of Hanukkah and New Year. Everything wrapped in one. I will see you next year, which means this Thursday morning. Take care now.